A sudden explosion shook the lab, trapping me and Adam, Lily's first love, inside the roaring flames. Lily, my girlfriend, didn't even hesitate. She ran straight to Adam and left me behind. I didn't beg. I didn't try to stop her. I just let her leave me to burn, because in my past life, I had forced her hand. After revealing that I was the dean's son, I used my family's influence to manipulate her into saving me. That time, Adam died in the fire, and afterward, Lily used my guilt like a knife, bleeding my family dry, then locking me in a lab and setting it ablaze while I screamed for mercy. Her voice still rings in my ears. Noah, if you hadn't threatened me back then, would Adam have died like that? I'll make you suffer 100 times worse. But now I opened my eyes again, and I was back in the moment, trapped in the fire with Adam once more. A loud crash jolted me fully awake as a heavy cabinet slammed down on me. My body ached, smoke filled my lungs, and my right leg throbbed painfully. I instinctively shielded it with my arms, but strangely, they weren't burned. How? I muttered, confused. Before I could make sense of it, I heard panicked voices. Adam, are you okay? That voice, so familiar. Lily. Then came Adam's faint reply. Lily, help me. I looked up, stunned. Lily was kneeling beside Adam, trying desperately to lift the table, pinning him down. I could barely breathe. Hadn't she burned me alive, locked me in? Yet here she was again, choosing Adam, just like last time. At the lab entrance, my colleague, Leo, shouted, Lily, are you crazy? Save Noah first. He's your boyfriend. The scene was so real, so vivid, I realized I wasn't dreaming. I had truly come back. Lily didn't even look at me. She finally moved the table and helped Adam up, rushing him toward the exit. I let out a bitter laugh. Some things never changed. I was her boyfriend, but she only had eyes for Adam. Of course she did. Adam was godlike, handsome, brilliant, and rumored to be the young master of Sterling Medical. Even if Lily hadn't been single, she would have fallen for him eventually. I tried to get up, but the cabinet pinned me down. Glass shards had torn into my leg, and blood soaked through my clothes. Lily finally noticed me, but there was no concern in her eyes, only cold annoyance. Adam is Sterling Medical's only heir. If something happens to him, the whole hospital could collapse. I'm doing this for the greater good. Your injuries aren't serious. I'll come back for you. I laughed again, covered in blood. If I hadn't already lived through this once, I might have believed her. Leo didn't hesitate. He tried to charge into the fire, but his colleagues held him back. Leo, calm down. There are flammable chemicals everywhere. It's too dangerous. They were right. I remembered this lab would explode in 15 minutes. Last time, when I was rescued, I shouted for everyone to evacuate just in time. Lily wanted to go back for Adam then too, but the fire got worse and she chickened out. So now, how could I believe she'd come back for me? I knew she wouldn't, but I wouldn't let anyone else die because of me, not this time. With all the strength I had left, I shouted, Leo, don't come in. It's going to explode. Run. Lily turned back, her eyes cold. Noah, I never knew you were so manipulative. The fire department will be here in 30 minutes. What will people think of me if you yell things like that? Can't you be more like Adam, kind and understanding? Her self-righteous act made me scoff. When you were in my bed, you didn't call me manipulative. I spat. Adam tugged at her sleeve. Lily, I feel sick. Instantly, her focus snapped back to him. Hang in there, Adam. I won't let anything happen to you. And just like that, she helped him out, never looked back. I struggled, trying to lift the cabinet. Pain tore through me, but compared to what I'd endured in my past life, it was nothing. Seeing her leave, Leo collapsed to his knees, stunned. Lily, you're really sick. The dean won't let you get away with this. Only Leo knew my true identity, but Lily just laughed. The dean? Please. Adam's the heir to Sterling Medical. He's the one your dean can't afford to lose. I finally pulled myself out from under the cabinet, my bleeding leg dragging behind me. I had to live. I had to. Don't waste time on her, Leo, just run. I couldn't forget the look in Lily's eyes the last time, the hatred as she poured gasoline on me. No love, no remorse, just cold, bitter revenge. Leo didn't listen. He ran back in. Noah, hold on. Smoke blurred everything, but I could see him, his determined figure silhouetted by flames. You fool, get out. I shouted. He ignored me, teeth gritted, pulling me up, one step at a time. His hair caught fire, singeing at the tips, but he didn't stop. He just kept dragging me forward. Looking at him, my heart tightened. I checked my watch. Not much time left. Listen, on 3, we dive out the door, got it? Yell all you want, Leo said without looking back. I'm not letting go. Warmth surged in my chest. I gritted my teeth, locked my eyes on the exit. 3, 2, 1, jump. We hurled ourselves out the door just as, boom, the lab exploded behind us. The shockwave knocked me to the ground. My ears rang, my vision went white. I couldn't see, couldn't hear, just the endless ringing. Then Leo's voice, trembling and far away. Noah? Noah? Can you hear me? I forced my eyes open. I'm okay, just my leg, I whispered. He looked down, face pale. It looks bad. Don't worry about it, just wait here. He ran off, then returned with colleagues in a stretcher. When they saw my injuries, one gasped. How many stitches is that going to need? I was barely holding on. Pain everywhere, but I stayed awake. As they wheeled me toward the ER, I saw her, Lily, standing beside Adam, comforting him like I didn't exist, as if she'd never loved me at all. A kind nurse looked at me and sighed. Noah, what horrible luck. So many fractures. But thankfully, your right hand is fine. You'll still be able to perform surgery. I smiled faintly, too weak to speak. She leaned in, whispering, Adam's injuries are minor, but look at how worried Dr. Lily is. Leo lost it. Lily, you're disgusting. Before he could say more, Adam coughed weakly. Lily, I'm tired. Instantly, she turned to him, voice soft. Hold on, Adam, help is coming. Then she glanced at me and snapped. Noah's fine now. Leo, this doesn't concern you, stay out of it. I stared at her, the disgust boiling inside. Then I finally said it. The words I'd been holding in, we're done. We have no relationship anymore. Leo nodded beside me. Good. Trash like that isn't worth it. Lily flinched. Noah, what are you trying to pull? Games again. I sneered. Games? You think you're worthy? I looked past her at Adam, tears in my eyes. You'd rather save another man than your boyfriend? Is that what love is to you? Adam's face crumpled. Noah, she just had more faith in you. You were stronger than me. She thought I needed her more. The room fell into chaos, whispers, murmurs. Well, he was frail. Dr. Lily just made a logical choice. Dr. Noah's being dramatic. Then my father, the dean, burst into the room. Lily, ever the actress, rushed up to him. Dean, the lab exploded. I saved Adam. He says he can help strengthen our partnership with Sterling Medical. My father's face darkened. Where's Noah? Lily, thinking she was in the clear, added quickly. Only Noah and I were in the lab. Adam didn't do anything wrong. Noah's injuries aren't serious, but maybe he shouldn't be allowed to experiment anymore. Adam can take over. I sneered on the stretcher. Just wait, Lily. Without me, your happy ending will go up in flames too. Before I could even see my father's reaction, darkness pulled me under. When I woke up again, it was already the evening of the next day. My body was completely immobilized, plaster and bandages wrapped around my limbs. But there was something else I felt, something I hadn't felt in a long time. Rebirth. Leo sat beside me, looking exhausted but relieved. His voice cracked slightly when he spoke. You idiot. Do you have any idea how badly you hurt yourself? I gave him a weak smile. At least I got my life back this time. I don't owe Lily anything. Neither my father nor I will die. Leo took a deep breath. Noah, I told your father everything. He's furious. He's calling for an accident review meeting tomorrow. Just the mention of my father brought tears to my eyes. In my past life, he suffered because of me. I try to keep myself composed. Leo, there's one more thing I need you to do. What is it? The surveillance footage from the lab before the explosion. Can you get it for me? Leo nodded, finally looking a bit more relaxed. Don't worry, I already pulled it. There was a minor hiccup, but I handled it. I looked at him, overwhelmed with guilt. In my previous life, I thought Leo was jealous of me. I cut him off and ended our friendship without ever apologizing. I was blind, mistaking trash for treasure. Just as I was about to rest, the door opened. Lily walked in, followed by Adam, who looked completely fine. His clothes were clean, not a single strand of hair out of place. He adjusted his collar casually, as though none of this affected him. Leo scoffed. The heartthrob looks completely unscathed, doesn't he? Lily ignored him and came straight toward me, reaching out as if to take my hand. I recoiled in disgust. She didn't even act like she'd done anything wrong. She smiled and said, "Noah, see, you're fine. Adam says he'll strengthen the partnership between Sterling Medical and our hospital. My promotion's looking good. Aren't you happy for me?" I couldn't help but laugh coldly. Happy? I nearly died in that lab, and you want me to be happy for you? Adam let out a dramatic sigh, his eyes darkening. I didn't expect you to be so selfish, willing to ruin Lily's future over your own baseless jealousy. I really looked down on you. I glared at him. You want to know what a ruined future looks like? From the moment Lily abandoned me, her future was over. Now furious, Lily pointed at me, her face twisted with anger. "Noah, Adam came here kindly to see you. He even wanted to apologize, and this is how you treat him? Don't forget, I'm your girlfriend. Instead of being grateful, you're cursing me. How much money can you even make with that dead-end job? Everything I do is for our future." I couldn't suppress the disgust rising in me. "Lily, don't forget, we already broke up. Get out." The argument grew louder, drawing a crowd outside the room. I heard someone whisper, "Dr. Noah's fine now. Why not just let it go? What's more important than his girlfriend's career? If it were me, I'd endure a little hardship." Another voice chimed in. "If Dr. Lily becomes successful, won't he benefit too?" But Leo turned around sharply, scanning the onlookers. "Stop gossiping. That's not what happened. The dean's holding a review meeting tomorrow. When the truth comes out, we'll see who's embarrassed." Lily, who usually ignored Leo, finally looked at him, frowning. "What did you say? What review?" Leo crossed his arms and stared directly at Adam. "Yes, the lab accident review. Some people know exactly what happened." Adam visibly trembled, his face drained of color, like he might collapse. Lily quickly stepped closer to support him, her voice gentle. "Adam, don't be afraid. It's okay, I believe you." Adam leaned into her, eyes full of affection. "Lily, I trust you. You won't believe their nonsense, right? That day in the lab, I warned Noah. I told him to be careful, but he wouldn't listen. He said I was meddling, and then the explosion happened. I really tried. I wanted to save him." The room fell silent as the crowd processed his words. Then murmurs started to rise again. So it was Dr. Noah's mistake that caused the explosion? No wonder Dr. Lily didn't save him. Adam was innocent. Seeing how fragile Adam looked only made Lily more defensive. She turned to me, pointing with accusation. "Noah, you still refuse to admit your mistake? If you apologize to Adam now, I'll put in a good word for you at the meeting. Maybe you'll get off easy." I exchanged a glance with Leo. Then I looked at her and said calmly, "If you two kneel and apologize to me right now, maybe I'll show you some mercy at that meeting." Adam gave a faint, ambiguous smile. "Noah, I'm doing this for your own good. Why won't you accept it?" I had no patience left. I pressed the nurse call button. The head nurse pushed through the crowd and looked at me. "What's wrong?" I pointed at Lily and Adam. "I don't believe Dr. Lily and Dr. Adam are assigned to this department. Why are they here, neglecting their duties?" The head nurse, who already disliked Lily, responded coldly. "Dr. Lily, please don't disturb Dr. Noah. He just came out of surgery last night." Seeing that I wasn't intimidated, Lily sputtered but said nothing more. She finally grabbed Adam's hand and left the room in a huff. Leo looked at me for a long moment before finally saying, "I think you've changed." I gave a small smile, not bitter, not self-mocking. Dying once really opens your eyes. It shows you whether someone like Lily is human or just a dog. Costly lesson, but worth it. After dealing with urgent hospital matters, my father came to my room. His eyes were bloodshot, his chin unshaven, and his face was lined with worry. "Noah, how did this happen? I was only gone for a short time. How did—" His voice cracked, his trembling hand reached out, gently touching the gauze on my face. Seeing how much he had aged, I couldn't hold back my tears. In my last life, trusting Lily led to the collapse of everything my family had built. Our hospital was taken from us. My father couldn't take the blow. He fell ill and passed away. Lily, standing on the ashes of my family's legacy, rose to fame. But this time, he was still alive. I gripped his hand tightly, sobbing. "Leo probably told you everything about the explosion, but Dad, that lab, you gave it to me. How could I not cherish it? It wasn't my fault." His voice was low but filled with restrained anger. "Noah, don't worry. Whether that kid is really the Sterling heir or not, I'm not afraid of him. I won't let you take the blame for nothing." The next morning, the review meeting began. Leo wheeled me in. It felt less like a meeting and more like a trial. Lily and Adam sat across from me, looking aggrieved, like I was the villain. The room was full of executives. My father sat at the head of the table, his face grim. When I entered, he glanced at me. There was a flicker of pain in his eyes before his expression turned cold and formal. Dr. Adam, my father began. You and Dr. Noah were the only ones in the lab. You claim the accident was due to his operational error. Adam trembled. Dean, it's true. I warned him. My father slammed his hand on the table. Adam jumped so hard, he nearly fell off his chair. Do you understand the consequences of lying? Lily immediately jumped to Adam's defense. Dean, why are you so sure Adam is lying? He gave her a cold look. It's not your turn to speak. Lily sat back down awkwardly. Despite her rising fame in the hospital, she didn't dare challenge my father. Adam, pale and panicked, muttered, Dean, would I joke about the Sterling name? Gasps echoed through the room. The once sleepy executives sat up straighter. He's the Sterling heir, someone whispered. Sterling Medical is our biggest partner. Offending him would be suicide. One executive cleared his throat. No one died. Just give Dr. Noah a reprimand and let it go. My father's face turned pale with rage. So, because Adam's supposedly the son of a partner company, my son should take the blame? The executives fell silent, avoiding eye contact. My father gave a sharp wave of his hand. Leo moved swiftly and turned on the projector. The screen lit up, high-definition surveillance footage from the lab. Adam turned white as a sheet. Impossible. That's impossible. Surveillance is forbidden in labs. My father cut him off coldly. This lab was a personal gift to my son. I don't need your permission. Lily's face went blank. She turned to me in shock. I remained calm, my voice cold. Leo told you. Someone stammered from the back. Dean, are you saying Noah is your son? Leo ignored it. The footage played. I was working calmly, conducting an experiment. Everything was normal until my container suddenly ignited. Lily pointed at the screen. See, Noah? You must have made a mistake. Don't worry. I'll take the punishment for you. Adam, teary-eyed, added, I didn't want to embarrass him. It's my fault. If only I had warned him sooner. My father slammed his hand on the table again. The executives shrank in their seats, but Leo zoomed in on the glass cabinet behind me. It clearly showed Adam sneaking over while I wasn't looking, pouring an unknown chemical into my container. The whole thing took seconds. My fists clenched. My father pointed at Adam. What do you have to say now? Adam collapsed to the floor, pale and shaking. It's a misunderstanding. Leo edited the video. It's fake. Just then, my father spoke into his phone. The conference room doors flew open. In walked his assistant, followed by a regal, sharply dressed woman. Her cold eyes scanned the room before landing on Adam. Mr. Adam, heir to our Sterling Medical? The executive stood up, visibly nervous. Dean, maybe we should handle this privately. We can't afford to lose Sterling Medical. My father sneered, exhaling a slow puff of smoke. Miss Sterling, take a look. Is this your son? Adam's face turned ashen. Miss Sterling raised an eyebrow and said coldly, My son is currently studying abroad. I came to see which audacious impostor dares impersonate him. She walked up, grabbed Adam's chin, and forced him to look up. Handsome enough, but such a poisonous heart. The executives, sensing blood, turned vicious. He's a fake. How dare he deceive us? He should be jailed. He nearly framed the dean's son. Lily shrank into her chair under Adam's glare. She forced out a tearful whimper. Adam, how could you do this to Noah? Adam laughed bitterly. Lily, you're judging me? Didn't you love my lies? The moment you thought I was the Sterling heir, you clung to me like a dog. Am I wrong? The laughter that followed echoed through the conference room. For a brief moment, I almost felt sorry for Lily. Almost. But the truth was out now. She was a hypocrite, and there was no hiding from that anymore. Adam's case went to court quickly. He was sentenced to a year in prison and had his medical license revoked. Still, because of so-called good behavior, he was released early. As for Lily, my father wasted no time firing her, and with her reputation in ruins, no other hospital dared to hire her. Once a rising star in the medical field, she became a complete outcast. A year passed. My body had mostly recovered, and I finally returned to work at the hospital with my father's permission. To my surprise, I saw Lily again. She was sneaking into the hospital, wearing a baseball cap and a surgical mask, trying to avoid attention. Leo, walking beside me, wrinkled his nose in disgust. Does she really think dressing like that makes her unrecognizable? I stopped in my tracks, taken aback for a moment. Leo leaned in and grinned mischievously. Didn't you know? She caught that disease. Our hospital's the best at treating it, so she has no choice but to come here. Serves her right. I couldn't help but sneer. That disease definitely suits her. That evening, as I walked toward my car after work, Lily suddenly appeared in the parking lot. I instinctively jumped back. She quickly stepped forward, trying to steady me, but I flinched away before she could touch me. She rubbed her head awkwardly and smiled. I heard from the nurses that you were back today. Noah, do you know how long I've been looking for you? We never officially broke up. How could you just leave me like that? I took a deep breath, keeping my expression blank. I told you, we broke up a year ago. Stop looking for me. Suddenly, Lily lunged forward and grabbed my wrist, pressing down hard on an old injury. Pain shot up my arm and I hissed, "Let go." I growled, but she only squeezed harder, her teeth gritted with rage. Noah, if it weren't for your father, I wouldn't have ended up like this. Shouldn't you take responsibility for me? I scoffed. You're unbelievable. You caught a disgusting disease, and now you want to blame me for it? Have some shame. Her face turned an ugly shade of purple. Humiliated and furious, she raised her hand to slap me, but before she could, a loud smack rang out. A hand had slammed across her face hard. Lily, I turned in shock. It was Adam. He had just been released from prison. He looked nothing like the polished, charming man he once was. His face was twisted in rage. He pointed at Lily, screaming, "I looked for you the moment I got out, and now I find out you used me like a free gigolo, then threw me away, and now you're chasing after Noah again behind my back." Lily, stunned from the slap, took a few seconds to react. Then she shoved Adam away. Get lost. Have you looked at yourself in a mirror lately? You think you can compare to Noah? Noah is the dean's son. Who the hell are you? I sneered loudly. Lily, that nasty disease of yours. Don't forget to show up for your daily checkups. Don't spread it around to others. Adam's eyes widened in shock. What? Lily, you have a venereal disease. He took a step back, then shouted, "Did you infect me?" They both started brawling, right there in the parking lot, screaming, shoving, clawing at each other like wild animals. I had no interest in watching that mess. I got into my car, slammed the door shut with a bang, and locked it. But they just kept going like two rabid dogs. I rolled my eyes and typed quickly into the hospital workgroup chat, messaging the security captain. 2 lunatics fighting in the parking lot. Need assistance ASAP. I had barely hit send when I heard a loud thud. My head snapped up. Adam was lying motionless in a pool of blood. A car sat nearby, stopped at an awkward angle. The driver had jumped out, pale as a ghost, clutching his head in panic. "Oh my God! Oh my God!" he kept yelling. Lily bolted, but the security guards arrived within seconds and caught her as she tried to run. Hospital staff quickly swarmed the scene. Adam was pronounced dead right there. The parking lot surveillance footage confirmed everything. Lily had pushed him directly into the path of the car. She was arrested on the spot and ultimately convicted of intentional homicide. As a doctor, I knew the disease she had was incurable. Let her rot in prison, piece by piece, alone, unwanted, and slowly wasting away. It was exactly what she deserved.